Hello, 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 and welcome to the Hoopla Y'all Show live. And I'm here. My name is Shay Rippinger, and Hoopla Y'all Show is health, humor, and hooping. So I give you tips and tricks and hooping hacks. And by the way, our theme for the month is hooping hacks. And tonight we are working on turn, 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 which is the theme for the hooping hacks for tonight's episode. So I'm very excited to get started with this. So thank you for joining me live. Thank you for joining me on the recording. I may need to do this twice because I just got some technological news of normally I do a 2-camera setup and broadcast live on Facebook and YouTube. So I might have to rework some things technologically speaking and see how to work it onto the other networks. So if you're on Facebook right now, you can type in your questions live or questions, comments, and I would be happy to see them scroll up and see what's going on here, and we'll go from there. So make sure I move my button off the end live video because I don't want to ding that by accident. So thank you for watching. I see there's a few people watching, so thank you so much. Hearts out to you guys. All right, so I want to tease the moves. So I go in order of health, humor, and then hooping. So tonight, that turn theme, we're going to learn the difference between directions of turning and why this is a hooping hack, because this helps you hoop. So you'll learn what going in one direction means as opposed to going in the opposite direction. So, and what the technical term for that is in the hooper jargon. So yes, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm going to give you that. So stay tuned for that. Okay. So moving right along, because I want to stay on my time budget tonight, the health tip that I have for you tonight. So turn, turn, turn is the theme, right? And sometimes you want to turn. That's great, right? So what my health tip is ginger. Gingers are really great. It's a spice, obviously, and it's really great for cookies. Not just putting into cookies, but also for holding your cookies down. This is where part of the humor of the show comes from. So what I mean by keeping your cookies down, ginger is really helpful for your digestive system. And so if you're ever feeling a little bit nauseous or feel like you're going to go and possibly lose your cookies, ginger may help calm a queasy stomach. So check that out. So hi, Shay. Oh, hi, Shay. It's Shay. There's one of my people watching live. Her name is Shay as well. So it's so fun when you know other people with your own bizarre names. So, and then, you know, it was my birthday last week too. So there were so many people with birthdays in April. There's a whole bunch of us Aries out there, and it's pretty cool. And then I have a whole bunch of friends with the same birthday as me as well. So it's like, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. So it's really cool. So anyway, ginger is really good. So this is one thing here. This is in a lozenge format, and it's one way to go. You can just suck on this like you would like a little hard candy, if you will. They also make some homeopathics and things like that that can also help with queasiness. But I'm just going to recommend good old-fashioned ginger. So let's say you don't have ginger tablets with like a lozenge format. You can even just take a ginger tea, or even sprinkle, if you have the spice of ginger, sprinkle a little bit in your tea, especially with warm water. That will help the queasiness. So ginger is a great thing. You can put it in smoothies. I'm in a 7-day green smoothie challenge. Shout out to Andrea Baines, who is a friend of mine, a business friend of mine in Ireland, and she's running a smoothie challenge. So we're doing 7 days of green smoothies, and it's really wonderful. So my hint today, my tip and trick, is to add ginger to the smoothies. I also like to add turmeric as well. And also, one of the great things about ginger is it's an anti-inflammatory. So why is this important? So if you hoop, this could be, or move at all, like perhaps you do something that's a little bit more extreme or whatever, and ginger can help, heal the body. Where's my words? There we go. Heal the body and help with inflammation. And inflammation doesn't always just come in the form of muscular inflammation, like, you know, when you work out hard or something like that, but also when you've overtaxed your body. So it's very good for helping to detox and to help inflammation in the body. So for instance, allergies are an inflammation. So, you know, maybe you're like me where it's springtime in this part of the world and, you know, things are starting to bloom and there's pollens and stuff like that, or whatever you might be allergic to. Ginger is one of those things that can be really helpful. I'm getting all sorts of hearts and happy faces. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So yeah, help, you know, help that out, help that heal a little bit with ginger, and that will help in one area like that. So anyway, okay, moving along, I like to do a little humor bit and a little bit of laughter yoga. So I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do this one with a hoop. You don't have to have a hoop to do this one, but I'm going to do this as a laughter yoga turning. Okay, so what a part of what we do with laughter yoga is we're just going to take a nice deep breath in and then exhale it out. So we're going to do this with a smile. That's part of the deal. You know, of course, laughter yoga has all sorts of multi-purposes. It's really great for getting oxygenation into the body. Another great way to help with inflammation and also to help with your turning too. Okay, and I'm going to give you some turning tricks as well. So stay tuned for those, even with the hoop. Okay, so with the laughter yoga, this is a turning trick. So we're going to just turn gently. We're just going to do one direction for right now and just go nice and slow. But we're just going to take a nice deep, big inhale in. And with the hoop, if you have a hoop with you, you can just hold on to it around yourself and keep in the center of it. It might be the only time of your day that you get to be the center of something's universe. So there you go. That's part of the humor too. All right, so we're going to take a nice deep inhale in, but let's do this 3 times. Inhale it in, turn to the right, and then exhale it out. I keep turning to the right. Nice and slow, little baby steps. Inhale it in, and keep turning, and exhale it out. Breathe it in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Last time, inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. And in the world of laughter yoga, what we do at the end of laughter yoga exercises, we take our hands together. Do this twice with me. Very good, yay. Very good, yay. That's what we do. And that is a really cool, just a way to, you know, get a little bit of laughter in with your day, a little bit of smiling. You can do that with a full-bodied laugh if you want, like inhale it in, and then as you exhale it out, just go ha, 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 ha. Okay, so now here's the interesting thing with this. What we just did is what's called a sustained spinning move. So that I call that in the world of hooping is when you're turning in place and you're spinning. So not everybody can do this. I know it may sound very simple to some, but for some people, you know, maybe their equilibrium may be off, or you may not be adjusted or used to spinning. So by doing this, the sustained spinning, or number one, start out really slow with this. You don't have to whip around like a whirling dervish. So if you don't know what a whirling dervish is, it's a cultural dance where they're spinning and spinning and spinning, and it's a meditative thing. And there's a whole art to that. Look that up on Google. I'm not covering how to be a whirling dervish. I have no idea. But here's one of the things as hoopers, we like to spin in place. And also, turning is one of those hooping hacks that can help you keep the hoop on your body. So by turning, you're going to turn in the direction that your hoop is going. So for instance, if my hoop is spinning to my right, which is that way, so I'm going to get the hoop spinning. I'm going to move the chair in a little bit so I have a tiny bit more room in a small space. So I'm going to get the hoop spinning. So I'm going to turn in the direction that the hoop is spinning. Okay? Simple enough, right? And then, of course, if you hoop to the left or you change currents so that your hoop is going to the left, again, I recommended this last week for the hooping hack, is go both ways because it helps with your hooping. So if I hoop to the left, then I'm going to turn to the left. Now, what this is going to do, here's a quick explanation of this, is there are what I call 3 speeds to hooping. So one is your slowest speed. That is going to be to turn with a hoop. Think of a fish going with the current. And it's nice and gentle and easy because you're going with the movement, right? Okay, so if I'm going with the movement, there's a nice slower speed that I have to turn. Now I'm using a smaller, lighter hoop, which is a little bit challenging to keep that on the body, but because you have to go in a faster rotation, so you have to have your beats be a little bit faster. But with a larger hoop, which if I had more space, I could use a larger hoop, then you'll have a slower rotation. And the nice thing when you're turning, it's going to slow down how much movement you need to do, how fast you need to go. Okay, so this is going to be your slowest of going nice and slow, like so. Now, the medium speed is in the center. So if I stay centered, I have to go a little bit faster just to keep the hoop maintained and balanced on the waist. Now, then we go into hyper speed. Okay, I'm going to have to change hoops sizes with this, so bear with me while I move furniture around. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go with this one. This is just slightly bigger, but it'll sort of fit in this area. So what I mean is you're going to go against the current. So this is going to be your fastest speed, and you can even speed up this speed a little bit more too. Actually, yeah, you can speed up anything you want. But anyway, here's how you do it. So if my hoop is spinning to the right, instead of turning to the right or staying in place, I'm going to turn in the opposite direction. So I'm going to turn to the left. Baby steps, left. Still staying centered. Okay? So hoop goes to the right, smack things in the back of me, and I'm going to turn to the left. And notice that I have to go super fast to keep that going. Now, here's your hoop terminology for the day. If you don't already know this word, this is called an anti-spin. So, which means you're going against the grain or against the current. Think of a salmon going upstream to spawn and how challenging that is. So they have to work a lot to do that, right? So that's what you're doing with your hoop. Now, this is going to give you a lot of variety to do with your hoop. So if you're a beginner, definitely turn with the hoop to make it easier. If you're learning a new trick that involves with the rotation, turn, turn, turn. Hence the theme of this show, turn, turn, turn. And as I always like to say, turning in the hooping world. So in hooping, turning is your best friend. Yes, that's a Shay quote. So turning is your best friend. So this you could do all day long. It's nice, it's gentle, it's much easier than trying to go in an anti-spin, which may help you. So now here's the upside of this. So if you want a little bit of a more meditative, kind of getting in the zone and just really being cool and just flowing with your hoop, definitely turn with it. Now if you want like perhaps more of a workout, and usually when I say workout, when I'm teaching hoop lessons, is I use air quotes because I try not to call hooping a workout because it should hopefully is fun. So, but let's say you want to get your heart rate up. You want a little bit more exercise with getting your hooping in. So you can definitely do some anti-spin stuff. And it's also, the other nice thing about doing an anti-spin is it's a good variation to try. So it's just a skill change up. So try those 3 different speeds, turning with the hoop, staying in place, and then going against the grain of the hoop, against your current in an anti-spin pattern. So that, hopefully you've learned a little bit of terminology and you can try some stuff with that. So, okay, now what can you do with that particular set of movements right there? Okay, for instance, I just did that with waist hooping. What else can you try this with? You can definitely try this with chest hooping. Let's say you're new to chest hooping and you're just having a tough time with it. Try it with turning. So turning will be really helpful for getting chest hooping. And then if you want to really bump up your skills, try it in the other direction and try going in an anti-spin. So sometimes it also helps to have clothing that is not slick so that the hoop can stay up a little bit better. So, so you can try that for chest hooping. You could try that for leg hooping. Let's see here. Now, you won't necessarily, for leg hooping, you won't get an anti-spin going. Well, let's hear. Actually, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can do anything almost in an anti-spin. So your mind is like, your imagination is your limitation, right? However far your mind can go, then you can experiment and try new and different things. So For instance, you can go up and down the body if you're doing on-body work. So right now I'm just doing on-body hooping. So, and all of these things can be applicable to doing off-body work as well. It gets into different realms when you start doing that. But for instance, like let's say I have the hoop off-body. I'm going to use a really small hoop right now. Now, if I'm doing a off-body maneuver, getting a turn with this will help make this a little bit easier to do. So if I had full space where I could go full arm spans here, it's going to jack your shoulders a lot less if you're turning with this. It's going to make this move a lot easier to do. So there are off-body applications with turning and the ease of doing that as well. But again, if you want to really amp up your hooping and amp up just your availability for trying different skills, different drills, things like that, then throw in the anti-spin for fun and difficult level. It's a thing you can do. So I did really good. So if there's any questions, I can answer them here. Otherwise, that's kind of like the show for the night. I did really good. I stayed on topic. I didn't go off tangent too much at all, except for the the technological